everybody, how are yous? I'm so happy you're tuning in for another episode with Iris. Anyway, today it's going to be all about choice. I used to love doing this a lot when I was little, so that's why, okay? Just keep it like that. I know somebody's gonna ask me anytime soon. I do it a lot. So yes, basically, I just wanted to talk about you always have a choice. You have a choice in everything that you do. The world, the universe, God, your mom, your kids, your dog, your friends, your lover, your husband, your wife. They will always try to guide you. They will always try to show you the way. But in the end, you're the one that has to make that choice. For whatever it is, you're the only one that can make that choice. Okay? And I know there's a lot of people out there that's saying, but I had no choice. No, you did have a choice. I'm so sorry to tell you, but I'm not sorry. Because you did have a choice, okay? You always have a choice. Now, when you balance it to the consequences, you don't like those consequences. That's why you feel like you don't have a choice, because you don't like the consequences. But guess what? You did have a choice. You just chose not to face the consequences that come with making the choice that you wanted to make. But what happens is that sometimes, a good amount of the time, maybe half the time, we don't want to face the consequences of the choices that we make because they're just not convenient to what we think that life should be. That's really it, right? So what do I mean by this? Let me give you a bit of a like, I don't want to say extremist, but let's throw it around there. Let me give you a situation that not everybody goes through, but it's still a lot of people go through, right? Let's talk about the stripper. The stripper is a classic example, and I know some of you people may be watching this that are dancers or strippers. Let's call it exotic dancer, okay? I really have no problem with any of that. I'm not trying to demean anybody. You guys know me, like, this is not what I'm about, okay? But one thing that the classic exotic dancer says is, I have no choice. No, you do have a choice. I'm talking about the ones that don't like their job. The ones that do like their job, man, now they have it good. Why? Because they like their job, and the job makes money, and if they're okay with exposing themselves, then who are we to tell them otherwise? Especially if they like their job. But I'm talking about the ones that don't like their job. I'm talking about everybody that doesn't like their job and they have to stay in that job. But I wanted to make an example, especially of the dancer situation, because as we know, dancers make a lot of money. Not all, I mean, we're talking about in general sense. Dancers make a good amount of money per one night. I mean, some of them can make over 10,000 per night, right? But the thing is that after a while, the ones that end up not liking their job and want to get out, they say, well, I have no choice. I have to stay here. I have kids to support. I have a lifestyle to support. That's where you feel like you have no choice, because there's nothing else that you can do that will support your lifestyle. So guess what? We don't end up choosing the things that we really want to do because of the consequences of losing our lifestyle, losing our whatever privileges come with that lifestyle, right? But guess what? You end up in a cycle of misery because you're already over what you were doing before. You want to get out of your situation, whatever situation. It could even be a relationship. It could be so many things, but you feel tied down and you feel like you don't have a choice. I just want to let you know that you always have a choice. The point is that you need to have a will. Where there's a will, there's a way. But when you feel like you don't have a choice, you don't have the will to make your way out of whatever situation you're at. You get it? So this is so important, because if you feel like you don't have a choice, you at least need to will that you want out, one way or another. And the universe will conspire for that to happen. Things don't happen overnight. Things take time and work and thought and energy. But if you have that will of changing your situation, you will change it. Just keep wanting it. Keep wanting it so bad that there's no other way that you can live eventually without it. And this can be in so many things. I mean, we associate wanting with physical things, really. We don't really associate it with, I want to be happy and I want to reach high levels of consciousness. I want to do that. We don't really associate it with that. When we say, what do you want? I want a beer, I want a hot dog, I want that toy, I want a car, I want a house, everything that's physical. So let's associate this with the physical, if that's easier for you. Let's associate it with, I want out. I want out of whatever situation I'm in. I want out of this relationship, I want out of this marriage, I want out of this dancing situation, I want out of this job, I want out of this profession, I want out. That is where you start. And if you want out, eventually the universe will bring it to you through the power and the law of attraction. So you always have a choice, my friends. You always have a choice. Just remember that. You have a choice of being in the relationship that you're in. And those people that put themselves down because of the choices that they made, please don't do that. The choices that you made, you may feel like they were the wrong choices, but somehow you realize that they were the wrong choices. So now you have to practice self-compassion and understand that it's okay. We make wrong choices all the time. But guess what? You learn from it because you realize that it was the wrong choice. So that is a step up, okay? That is a step up, and that is where you can continue to practice self-compassion for yourself, okay? There are no things as wrong choices. There are no mistakes, okay? The universe puts these things in you, and you make these choices, but they're all for your own self-growth. So there are no mistakes. There are no bad choices. You always have a choice in where it is that you want to take your life in. If you take this path, all these things will happen. If you take that path, all these other things will happen. And if you take that path, all these other things will happen. What's going to be your choice? And that's what choice truly is having the understanding that you may not like the fact that you have to give up your job because you want to be in search of something greater than yourself, and you really want to search your passion. But that's going to mean that you're going to have to just give up everything, that all your security. Well, then sometimes that's what you have to do to live a little. That's when people really end up discovering who themselves are. That's when people really end up discovering life, how we are in like this crazy rat race into survival, only living off of our root chakra, which is all survival, security things, comforts. And it's like, no, step out of that, open that up and, make that choice of giving up whatever it is that you're giving up. Make that choice of, getting out of that relationship that you're getting out of, or whether it's a romantic relationship or a relationship with your family. Some of us are born into very dysfunctional families. And if you yourself don't consider yourself to be a dysfunctional person and you're still around that, well, maybe you need to make a choice and distance yourself a bit from your family. If they are affecting you in such a way, then maybe that's what you really need to do. Don't you think? You know, they will always be your family. You will always love them. But you can't love people at a distance. And that's where I want to, again, stress, you always have a choice. Where there's a will, there's a way. The universe will always conspire to bring these choices into light. The universe will always try to bring the dreams into reality of everybody. The point is, will it? How are you going to bring all of this into light? By willing it. That's it. There's no science, there's no science to it. It's only vibration. Your thoughts, your subconscious thoughts are vibrating at a rate that they say, I want out, and it'll come back to you. And just remember, the relationship, the job, it doesn't matter. If you want a life, will it. Will that you want a life. And understand the changes that come with that. Understand the consequences that come with that. When we will that we want a life, there's also a lot of things that we have to get over. There's also a lot of opening of Pandora's box that we have to do. There's a lot of healing, in other words. But when you actually tap into that, you come out so much stronger, and you come out to be the person that you really want to be. So I just want to end it up with this, guys. This is something that is very personal to me, because I mean, I see it in people every single day, but I have to walk my talk. I always would tell people, you have a choice. And for my own personal self-development, I had to really just become the essence of what a choice is. I could have easily, I mean, being so young and whatever, I mean, I'll be 29 this month, but being young, one thing I struggled with is that, oh, nobody's gonna care what I say, nobody's gonna listen to me because I'm so young, nobody's, and I would just tell it to myself, oh, nobody's going to listen to me, nobody's going to understand the concepts that I have, the meaning of life that I have. I'm not gonna start making money until later on in life. That's what I would tell myself. I'm not, I wanted to continue to make money. So what would I do? I would get gigs, and I would be in the hospitality industry where I can get paid faster and a little bit more. And I put all these limitations on my mind. And for what? For nothing. For nothing. Because I had to make the choice of, I am powerful. I am powerful. I am beautiful, and I have to love myself. And if I feel like my message is strong, then my message is strong, and people will be captivated by it. And that is my own personal truth. But it was a choice that I had to make within myself to let all these things happen and have the opportunities that I have right now in my life happening right now. So again, please, there are no mistakes, but you always have a choice. Follow your own truth. Follow your own inner truth. I'll be waiting. Bye, guys.